Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to VR Master League here in Season 2, Week 1. And getting started on this particular stream, this is just a one-match stream, and it's going to be one in North America here, or in the Americas I should say, as we encompass all of them. And it's going to be Ragnarok versus Team Loki. Now on the casting booth, I'm Palidore, and joining me is, for his first Season 2 cast now, it's B-Love. How's it going, B-Love?
Hey! What an honor, man. What an honor to be here with the voice of Echo Arena, the great Palidore.
Oh boy, here it goes. Glad to be with you, B-Love, the great B-Love. The man with all the love.
This is, they're setting it off here. Here we go.
Yeah, so first joust is going to be on the way and taken by Ellie, and it's going to go up high to the ceiling where it awaits the hands of Acrylic. And B-Love, I don't know how much you've been seeing some of these rookie teams playing throughout the season. I mean, there's been a lot of casts, but keep bears mentioning just how fun it is getting to know these rosters. And actually, for both of these teams, they have been casted earlier in the week already.
Nice. I have not had a chance to get familiar with most of these teams, embarrassingly.
Well,
but I can say, the few that I have, doing great, exciting to watch. These guys are learning fast.
Yeah, I don't think anyone could blame you. There's, at this point, what, 70 hours of content a week potentially in terms of matches, and then cast as much of them as possible. But even then, it's still going to be dozens of hours. So it's a lot of new teams and new faces and new places, especially. But here is Big Boy with a big shot. Barry, 2 points first here on the board. Ragnarok.
Nice job. Nice little lower pocket shot there. It's a nice huck into the goal. For a very big boy.
Some of these names, man. But yes, a big boy shot, I do suppose. And now Team Loki rolling out here. It's CJ DeBoss hitting off the bounce. Wonder. So off
nice.
to the...
It looks like they got... Go ahead. I just remember my first scores in these first games, and they're exciting and they feel good. And congratulations to all these guys to involving themselves and making teams. And there's a lot of them out there, man. And I love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely true. And I think it's only continuing to grow from here. It's a lot of explosion in growth, not just on VRML, but I mean Echo as a whole, on the Discords, on the Twitch channels. I mean, it's really getting to where we believed it would be one day. And proof again by just all these teams coming in and excited to be streamed, and we're excited to stream them. You can hear the comms coming through even.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is a bit of back and forth right now. Not a lot of control, but to be expected with young teams. It's hard to throw the disc where you want it to go when you're just learning. And it looks like they're putting together some good passes here as I say this.
Yeah, well, the important part too, regardless of anything else, I really like their positioning, and they're going for the right ideas. You can hear the comms are right online, and that's what you love to see. So definitely, I've been super impressed by a lot of these new teams and their ability to definitely recognize what they need to be doing and where they need to be positioning and things like that. You know, asking for those comms, going for the passes across the floor, you know, positioned left, right, and center. It's much more advanced gameplay than you would expect just for teams who have been, you know, only in it for maybe weeks or months.
Yeah, definitely. It's really interesting, and I've always wanted to talk to people about this, about the evolution of positioning in the game, and what's taken us seemingly years to learn can be taught in just a couple weeks.
Oh, we can't teach that. That is just instinctual. There's no hesitation from CJ to Boss, and that's already a name to me that sticks in my mind because I remember from the last time I streamed Team Loki earlier in the week, I was saying that name an awful lot on an awful lot of shots, so no surprise. First a few here very nicely on that stack and just got the goal before the defense could really accommodate.
It was a nice huck, man. I appreciate that one.
So on the upper wedge here on the blue side of the floor will be grabbed in the tunnel by Thunder. And you can see just the immediate spacing. They grab the disc, they space out beautifully. The shot taken from a little deep out, but they're still going to get the rebound. Not for long, but actually take it back because Thunder was there all along. Couldn't find the goal, however. Shot itself maybe a little bit strong.
Man, he was hucking those quick. They were going fast.
And
get his accuracy, and they're in, no doubt.
Yeah, and it will be recovered here by Renex. Renex looking to the side wall, not really meeting the hands of any teammates there. A quick shout out as well. Hold on, actually, because a great handoff. Look at that to the barrier. It's Thunder assisted by Big Boy on the 4th point.
That was a professional assist and score right there. That's something you would see in a high-level game.
Yeah, great recognition. Look at that. Just in one smooth motion, got the disc, immediately recognized the cutters coming through that center area, and as a result, found themselves the lead once again. Now, over to the Twitch chat, by the by, I mentioned this yesterday's streams as well. If the... Hold that thought again, because a shot is going to be held there by Hot Cocoa, but right back, indeed, to Ellie. Nice. And he gets the shot. He or she, perhaps, either or, they get the shot, and that's a good score again. Now, before I forget or run out of time, Twitch chat, if the open comms are too distracting or it's kind of overpowering, let me know. I'm happy to turn them off. Otherwise, I'm also glad to keep them on, just dependent on what Twitch wants. So, there you go. Finally got it out.
We'll let our viewers decide which way we want to go on that one. Mispass here. Just trying to gather control of it, and there's not any boost coming back right now, so he's got a few seconds and turned over.
And Hot Cocoa just awaiting there at kind of the mercy of a few different players. Rebounded shot, and thanks to the stun, they will get it in for the 8th point now. So a few consecutive goals coming in here from Ragnarok.
Eli's in that spot is just dangerous, man. He's put in a couple there now. And he's hucking them. He's hucking them in.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ragnarok being casted actually earlier today, or this afternoon, in a match on Channel 2 here versus Full Metal Jacket. And they did not come away with a win there, but it was a very, very close match. The total differential in 2 rounds was 18-12. So in each round, only a few points actually separating. And definitely trying to close out this Friday afternoon with maybe that 1-1 record if they can.
Yeah, that would be great.
And on that note, you can hear even the compliments on the pass, but you still gotta love the looks. They're really prioritizing that, and that was a very good attempt on the goal, just 1-on-1 essentially.
They are attacking this goal and staying aggressive, and that's what you need to do to win these games.
Yeah, and immediately, too, the disc is cleared, doing what they need to do, getting that stack right away and not trying to waste too much time at all. So when it's not in their hands, they're trying to get it. The shot slightly off there. The defense definitely kind of closing in, so maybe forcing that shot to be taken a little bit deeper out than they would have intended. But it looks like Big will get the disc and just slap it right onto the other side, maybe hoping for his teammates here to come through on the stacks, which they do.
Well, I don't blame CJ, the boss, for taking that shot. I think I would have taken it too. I would have just risked it. You know, getting close to being almost out of time. So
Thunder, I got it.
just huck him, buddy. Throw him in.
Oh, that's what they tried for right there, but a great grab by Thunder. And you can even hear the compliment, I think, from the offensive player who threw that. So, again, you got to love the sportsmanship, but also the communication here, trying their best to get back together and collect to maybe get that comeback here late. They still have 2 minutes to do it for Team Loki, but they're going to need to play some defense now.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to get control of this disc and get all of their guys down on the offensive end of the court and start making some attempts at this goal.
Now, interesting interaction there. I think you can hear the players reacting to it just as well. But that said, will be retained by Ragnarok. That's Renex up here on the top and going to Thunder. You can see that clear the boost. A misgrab, it would seem, so maybe not as fast as they would want. And therefore, Hot Cocoa deep in the goal, able to push out and get the disc back.
Man, what an advanced strat. Just hang on your guy, wait for him to throw it, chase the pass down. And this is something that took us months and months to figure out. And these guys are already doing it.
Well, even in the initial day, like the initial several months, getting one single regrab or leech was impressive. People would say, oh, nice, because that's just how it was at the time. But yeah, these days, certainly the speed and the mobility, impressive. That shot would almost sail in, but a goalie there nonetheless, so either way, it'll just careen back to Acrylic's hands. And with only a minute remaining and down by 5 points, at this point, you probably want to see Team Loki bring their full 4 up here, because hanging way back in the deep line at this point isn't really going to get them any comeback opportunity and those offensive pushes they want.
Man, what a great defensive play. A few minutes ago, right before this scored, taking on CJ at the nest, punching him out, giving themselves the opportunity to get the disc, send it to the end, and score.
Yeah. So with the clock winding down, it's a 7-point lead for Ragnarok here. Looking mighty. So doing a good job to take round 1 as this clock does wind down. And yes, this is B-Love casting with me. That's correct, Shepard/Danimal in Twitch chat there. And this is a NA game. So will be 5 seconds remaining. Maybe one more attempt in a tough angle. So just sails out. And it's going to be a 10-3 round 1 victory here for Ragnarok.
Man, I appreciate them going for a score. I always like to take this opportunity. If you know you're going to lose and you have 20 seconds, put together a play, see if you can score, because one day you're going to need that. And I appreciate them trying to go down and score, even though they knew that they couldn't win the game or win the round.
Yeah, honestly, every single one of those helps immensely when it comes to building towards the next round, because of course 10-minute rounds, best of 3, got to be in it for the whole game. So even if in the context of an individual round things aren't going your way, the more you can build towards executing that game plan, the more it'll benefit you in the long run. And so I do like that from them as well.
Yeah, like basketball, this is a game of runs. Yeah. And sometimes whenever I'm on offense, I am more scared than I am if I was on defense. And sometimes, those defensive stacks and someone's coming out on defensive roles, they can take over a game and score and come out and do it over and over again and find themselves ahead. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of being ahead, it was thanks to might be Eli. I think that might
Eli.
be more accurate. Could be, yes.
Yeah.
So with 4 points and 1 assist, 1 save, 4 points for Thunder as well, just to help lead the way into that first round victory. But that said, we're going to go right back here for round 2 about to start. So thank you everyone for joining us, and off we go. So a little, you can hear the doink coming out there on the headbutt, but it just kind of ricochets right back to where it started just about. Thunder with a disc. Those bow tie callouts much in handy, and hitting the cutting player for now. A 2-on-1 or 1-on-2 rather. And that's a couple of points starting off a big boy again, just like round 1.
Man, that sequence was great. They got control of it. 2 to 3 passes, put it in the goal. That's pro stuff right there.
All right, so
and I love seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And can't really waste time on that situation, with the defense a bit off balance. Had they tried to anchor, which is, fine. Some teams that definitely prioritize the slow play, but in that particular, that was basically the equivalent of a fast break. And just like this one, trying to break away, but just breaking it off, but not for too long. A nice grab. Eli putting it right back, and that's 4 points here.
Eli is hot. He's good.
Yeah.
I like this person.
Yeah, and the whole running theme that we've seen recently kind of continues here, despite some nice defense and goalkeeping we're seeing from these players, the offensive player. Very frequently these days. Oh, maybe a miscommunication, so hold on a second. Luckily not paying for it on the initial attempt. I was going to say, offense is so aware of the good goalkeeping that they're just immediately ready to get those regrabs and dunk-ins.
Yeah, that was fortunate to not get scored on in that scenario, because usually that's a score, and more often than not, it's a 3, and demoralizing as well.
Yeah, now with the offense back in motion here for Ragnarok, it's Thunder bringing it up. You see Hot Cocoa in the goal. And we'll just roll right back out to that left tunnel where it's retained by Renex playing the midline. So more of that spacing, showing very, very good awareness here for Ragnarok to just be in the perfect place. And as a result, it's going to be Noah. A shot attempt, but not a goal.
Looks like they're just keeping the disc on this side of the arena, and it's good to see that Loki finally got that disc out of there, and hopefully they get an opportunity to score right here.
Yeah, there was a lot of attempts, so definitely one of those situations where you don't want to give, second, third, fourth attempts, because typically, more often than not, they will score. And yeah, it's very similar, again, to basketball. I know you and I have that whole love of basketball, so it's always fun to kind of talk about it, but there's just so many parallels here in that pacing, and here it goes, another attempt, but just unable to find the hole for the meantime.
That was a great backboard attempt. I missed those, so I'm not mad at him for missing that one. I would have taken it.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity as any, but I'm not a person who's ever been all that good with the backboard shot, so I'm not even one to talk. I still can't make him to this day, so hey. That said, a great steal coming in. Very big boy off on the dish to Eli, but will unfortunately be saved. But great one from CJ DeBoss. So much more fortunately for them, because they still need to get on the score sheet here in round 2.
Woo, they are just not letting this in. Once again, here we go. Got it. Finally got it out of that front court and sending it out. And it looks like DeBoss might be able to get this. And nice little hook at the goal, but a miss.
Yeah, tough fadeaway. Even might have had a chance on the bounce initially, it looked like. But, yeah, will miss there narrowly. So trying to get one of these thus far in round 2, rare opportunities at a goal for Team Loki. It's definitely getting stuck on this side, so they got to be careful not to kind of get stuck in like glue again and just allow another few attempts from Ragnarok.
Yeah, it looks like they're controlling this disc, and it's going to benefit them at the end of the day.
Oh, it benefited them all right for a 3-point hit off the backboard. That was a tight angle, and managed to get it right into that side of the goal, painting that corner. So tough shot, but good make.
That was a great shot, and Eli's out there making us look bad. Me and you, Palidore, with the people that can't make those backboard shots.
Hey,
Putting them in.
It was a very, very good hit from him, and tough to save, especially. A lot of the times, if those backboard 3 points get taken kind of from that above angle, a lot of the time you expect for them to actually go in near that top corner of the goal. But that one just hitting the corner slice of the backboard, which got the angle right on the goalie, was unable to save it, and that was a nice job to go up 7-0.
Great angle, very impressive.
So going for a clear, a partial boost, and the save let loose by Hot Cocoa.
That was a great save. That was a pro save right there, and I'd really love to see these guys take advantage of controlling this disc now and putting some points on the board.
Absolutely. Oh, another near hit off that bounce. We've seen that corner bounce twice now. Nearly go in here for Team Loki. Still unable to get on the scoreboard. And yeah, shout out to Hot Cocoa, because again, a member from the last stream as well. Coco had some very nice saves inside the goal there. So recurring theme, undoubtedly has that goalkeeping ability.
Man, CJ is he's a good month in the gym away from being a really good striker, because he's got some speed on his throw. He just needs a little bit more accuracy, and he's going to be putting points on the board. So I want to see where this guy's going to be in a month.
Yeah, I'm already impressed with what they are now. Indeed, like can't recall off the top of my head, but that last time I streamed, Team Loki, as that shot just narrowly misses there. I mean, he was scoring a plenty, believe me. But yes, I think so many of these teams are going to be so dangerous looking, even more so in the coming weeks and months. This is where they're at right now, and at the moment, still a shutout favoring Ragnarok.
They are just really controlling this disc, and CJ's out there by himself, just hucking at the goal, and hopefully his teammates can get in there and get him some passes.
That was another good look there, but another narrow miss. So that's the one thing definitely that Team Loki wants to capitalize on, because Ragnarok's been great across these 2 rounds, but as of the last few minutes, they are starting to miss a few of these gimmies and these open ones that could cost them if they're not careful. Now that said, extra careful from Eli, and off the back again. Good touch.
Man, he's loving that backboard right now. I'm gonna start getting lessons from Eli on how to shoot backboard shots. What are you doing tonight, Eli? Can you give me some tips?
Right now, Eli is just chilling. It looks like maybe a tech issue. He's crashed out because he's stuck here on the outside. And indeed, there goes the crash. Unfortunate. Oh, but the disc being left behind. Now, that said, I am assuming here. Yeah, I think the teams, since they hung back, I was assuming that maybe they hit the restart button. But, yeah, it looks like comms coming through on that. So, restart for the tech issue that we saw there from Eli crashing out. Will be coming in here. 9-0 for Ragnarok. I'm not sure exactly when it had occurred, but
it was about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the game, or the round.
Yeah, so thereabouts. But at the moment, teams, I mean, they're not really opting for the restart. Seemingly, they're just kind of hanging around discussing.
I wonder if they know the protocol on this. This is could be new territory for them.
Yeah, it could be. So what it sounds like on the comms, because there's only 2 minutes left, they're about ready to concede the victory, which I suppose is their prerogative. Well, you can, in fact, call a timeout in the middle of a game, but indeed, so one of those processes that the teams will have to learn and kind of get the rule page. The way it works, so by the by, if there's a crash or something like that, you play until the next goal is scored. Or in that case, the goal was scored and the crash occurred. Then you hit the restart button, and then you can call your once per match tech timeout for each team gets one of those. Now, beyond that, you can also take up to 5 minutes between rounds, just in general. That's fine. And yeah, so that's the way it goes here. So you can take a tech timeout. Also, if 45 seconds expend and no score happens while after a crash has occurred, you can also take a restart there. But in any case, impossible for me to police here in this seat, so I'm just kind of giving that shout out there as the clock does wind down potentially.
Yeah, I encourage all captains of teams to learn the rule book. Know it well, know what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do, because these situations are going to happen. And although it may not have an overlying effect on this game, there are going to be situations where it will. And you want to know how to deal with these situations.
Yeah.
So please, captains, learn these rules.
Yeah, well, it's still week 1, so I know B-Love's trying to be the tough love right now, but, it's okay. But just for next time, it's going to happen a few times. With 140 teams, quite frankly, what I said going into week 1 is if we made it through the first week with only a moderate amount of issues or inconsistencies, I would consider that a success and a good sign for the rest of the season, honestly. Because with this many unprecedented players and teams involved in the league, it's almost impossible not to expect just some hitches here and there. And 5 days in to week 1, I mean, I'm pretty happy overall with how things have gone. Overall.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you
right.
in general. Like, I'm just trying to keep it upbeat here, but yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, the rule book is not a lot of reading. It's pretty small as far as professional sports go, and yeah, just so you know, you're not you know the possibilities, and the scenarios.
It looks like they did manage to communicate it out. Maybe a mod had contacted them. Either or, because they do have 9-0 back on the scoreboard, and they do have their player back in the match. So I'm trying to figure it out here, because let's see, I don't have any I was contacted in League Org by Thunder, but all right. So I guess we're good. 9-0. They erased the score. It looks like we're taken care of, and whether it was someone on one of the teams or maybe a mod, either or, we got it settled, and this will be the conclusion of the game with a few minutes left.
All right. Good luck, Team Loki. I'm going to see you guys put some points on the board. Let's go.
Yeah. Now, granted, they did also leave the disc there in the middle of the arena, but that's something that even veteran teams do.
Yep.
Timeout button. I beg and plead, and will continue to do so. As right now, CJ, the boss, gets it stolen here by Thunder, and Thunder trying to line it up through the mid lane. Will get it back here. It's Eli now, and Bounce getting right to the hands here of Very Big Boy, and maybe an open goal if he wants. And the push just a little off.
Always take the opportunity to throw those things in. Don't let them go in softly. Huck them at the speed you normally would, and live with the results. That's what I say.
Those push shots, aka the lemming shot.
Oh, is that?
It was his way of guaranteeing a 3.
I
but
think
to
he's
be
done
fair,
that recently. Yes.
to be fair, and as the big boy does make a shot here, 11 points now. He improved dramatically over Season 2, but it was kind of like a running joke among not only my team, but just kind of players in general, that Lemming couldn't shoot the threes early on.
I played with Lemming 2 months ago. He did the same thing. He's still the same.
There we go.
But good. Super good nonetheless.
Yeah, no, of course.
Not to take away.
Of course. Don't have the success that you do with no reason. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Lemming was. I was quite frankly carried for the first half of Season 1 because I just sat there and watched it. No, I just sat there in the midfield watching him do his thing pretty much solo. Absolutely true. As Thunder goes for the goal.
That was a great
Nice pass.
assist, and these guys are in rhythm now. They're passing the disc and they're getting assists, and it's great to see from this young team.
Yeah, that was a great delivery from Very Big Boy to Thunder Dash with a just dashing grab and Duncan. And those ones are extremely tough to save if you're a goalie. And this one will be also extremely tough to save if that goes in. But nonetheless, that's going to be grabbed right back by Eli. Another tough angle trying to get rid of it, and just a lot of clutter around him.
He might get another chance at this goal. He's got 2 in so far this round, and almost had a chance for number 3. And I know it can be frustrating to miss those, but don't stop shooting them, Eli. Keep those things coming, buddy.
And Acrylic now getting a deep clear here and trying to collect the disc right back. CJ looking for that goal area just as it remains exposed momentarily. A tap off the barrier. It's still a chance for maybe one more score as the clock winds down, but definitely confidence now in Ragnarok's hands, and they know that they've secured this sweep here and had a very successful showing overall.
It was a great showing from Ragnarok.
Ragnarok, and they definitely came to rock. And 13 points in round 2 after a little bit of a delay there. It came back, and they still stayed true and steady to their game, and they were able to take it away. So well done to them.
Congratulations, and congratulations too to Loki for joining the league. Saw a lot of positive things. Hot Cocoa with some great saves. CJ's got an arm on him, man. I can't wait to see him get his accuracy down because he's going to be putting some points up. And Wonder, great midfield play. Good job, guys. I was enjoyed watching him.
Yeah, and looking at the stats real quick here was Eli with 11 points. So the strong arm with just carrying that weight there a bit, but definitely assisted by his teammates, make no mistake. But 3 saves as well for him, 2 steals, 39 stuns, which also leads the game. So Eli stuffing these stat sheets in multiple categories and leading in those categories as well. So that's a really good look for him and his team there. And Renix with 2 saves and a couple stuns. Thunder with 6 points, 1 assist and 2 saves, along with 11 stuns. And then Very Big Boy with 6 points, 2 assists, 1 save, and 13 stuns. Very big stat sheets for him, so very nice. Off to Loki's, and it was CJ DeBoss leading the way. Shouted him out there, yeah, with 5 points, 31 stuns, 4 saves, and 4 steals as well. A big effort from DeBoss himself. Acrylic with 1 assist, 1 save, 1 steal, 15 stuns. Hot Cocoa with 4 saves, 1 steal, 1 stun. And then Wonder with 4 saves, as well as the 13 stuns. So defense aplenty and saves aplenty from Loki, but just unable to really get it into the offensive side and capitalize on that end. That's pretty much the only difference maker.
Yeah, they just weren't able to keep the disc on their side of the field, and Ragnarok was, and it benefited them greatly with a handled win.
And all right, so
super impressive.
So on that note, that will do it for this particular stream. As always, are going to be more throughout the day, so stay tuned. The next one coming up in about 32 minutes, I do believe, and that's going to be Inertia versus Heatwave. We'll be casting that as well, but taking a break before then. And another hour and a half from now is Team Joker versus Ignite, and that's going to kind of kick off the rest of the evening, not only for North America, but actually for Oceania as well. Oceania. Wow, of all the things that I do, that's the one that tongue ties me. I got to do some more Rap God. I don't know.
I say Oceania.
Oceania.
I don't even know if that's right or not.
Well, I'll just say OCE. Why not? But either or. We'll be Team Joker and Ignite starting off that, and then we're going to see, I think, 3 or 4 different matches for OCE's region and in their debut. You know, they've got 6 teams together, and it was pretty awesome to see them put it together in order to have their own region there present here in VRML. So we're happy to cast as we're able and available, and indeed that will be the case tonight. So stay tuned for all of that goodness.
All right, well, we'll see you soon then, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been Palidore.
That's been the sign-off?
This is the sign-off. I've been Palidore. That's B-Love. And we're going to go now. Have a good day. We'll see you real soon. 30 minutes. Stay tuned.
See you soon, everybody.